Hello, viewers out there. Welcome to Dora Chikadora, where we get to talk about anything positive that benefits our day to day lives. And as I am Dora and my sister here,
Karaoke.
we get to talk about anything positive that benefits our day to day lives. And in today's inspiration topic, it's all about singlehood and waiting for marriage.
Oh
The
yeah.
period that you are transitioning or preparing for marriage, that period of waiting. We have advantages and disadvantages. What advantages have you encountered as waiting, as you are enjoying your singlehood, or as you are enjoying your waiting for marriage? What advantages have you encountered? We are talking about the those that are in 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, even to whatever age it is that you're still waiting for marriage. What advantages have you encountered? Please share with us in the comment section below. We will be really so proud of you guys so that someone out there can be able to benefit from those advantages. And so today, my sister here is going to talk about something positive advantages. Advantages of waiting on marriage as you are still in that singlehood. And I'm going to talk about the disadvantages of singlehood. Guys, this is an exciting topic, and I believe by the end of it, don't change. Keep keep just be patient to the end. Just watch until the end. You're going to benefit from this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Dora. Yes. Our sisters out there, our brothers out there, I'm really calling upon you all to give us clear attention. Let's share this thing out. Come online, let's share it out. Let's crush it slowly by slowly until we reach to that time of marriage, okay? Now we are going to talk about, like she has said, we want to talk about the positivities and the negativities of singlehood before marriage. Now, I know many of you, it has been a Christmas season. The year has come to an end, or it is coming to an end. Some of you out there, like, they're worried. They're like, oh my God, even this year has ended without getting married. Oh my God, my friends are getting married. Why me? My friends are doing this. Why me? My friends are getting married and they're having children. Now so and so is having a second born. I've not had even one child. Don't worry. It's never too late for God's timing. Let them go enjoy. Your time of enjoyment is also coming. Just be patient with the Lord. Okay? So we are going to discuss the good and the bad of not getting married, or of getting married. When you're waiting for marriage, you're not waiting because you don't have what to do. Some of you are not waiting because you lack men. Men come to you, but you don't want to. There are things that you are like avoiding. For those that are really focused to what they want in future, they are waiting. But for those that they are looking at the peer pressure to do because my friend has gotten married and so I should, will fall into the trap. But we are here to save you. We are here to guide you. As your sisters, as your friends, we are here to guide you in this. It's not easy, but God will see us through until the time of our marriage. I'll be blessed if I be a blessing, will be a blessing to you, because we are here to put smiles on your faces wherever you are. This is our agenda. This is our motive. We want most of you to be happy in your marriages, in whatever aspects of your lives, to be happy. This is why we came up with this YouTube channel, to talk to so many of you about these issues. So today, as we're discussing the advantages, or I'm going to discuss about this topic today, about the advantageous part of it. There are reasons why. There are tips that we should follow before we get married on getting our partners. There are reasons why. There are the good things that we may not know.
We are waiting.
Yeah. There are the good things that we may not know. Some of us may not know. You're seeing someone there is single and you think maybe she's passing time, maybe she's delaying herself, maybe she's unlucky. She's not unlucky. People have their own interests. People have their own motives why they are taking long. And then we are not destined to all get married in 1 year or in one timing. Her timing was different from my timing, and as well your timing is different from your friend's timing. So, but we have not to rush. It is not all about your time. It's not about getting married. Whom have you married? Whom have you gotten married to is the issue here today. And how have you gotten that person? So, one of the reasons why, the good advantages on waiting or not rushing, this is the best time when you will weed out, when you will sieve out, when you strain out the right person for your lifetime. When you give it time, so many men will come to you. So many men will approach you. And not everyone who comes to you will marry you. I know this is a slogan by all men. If it is I love you, then it is I will marry you. But when does it end? This has become the slogan. I call it slogan of all men. All men come in that aspect of I will marry you. I want you to have me children. And when you hear like, oh my God, this guy loves me. Oh my God, I'm so beautiful. If he says I should give birth to his kids, then that means I'm beautiful.
I don't have a child.
I don't have a child. Blah, blah, blah. Please, I want you to make me my first baby. Come on, we've heard from all these. All these men say these things, but do they really qualify to be the fathers to your children? And then you mothers, you men, do these ladies you always approach to you like you're proposing them to give you children, do they really qualify to be mothers to your children? Not every woman will bear you children. Yes, they will look physically children, but how are they? What kind of kids are these ones? Is she going to raise for you in future? So when you take your time in courtship, it gives you time to know who is the right person. You will know the traits of that person. You will know the origin of that person. Don't just meet someone in the streets. Don't just meet someone in the clubs. Don't meet just someone in the malls. Don't meet and those restaurants and those big hotels we go to, and you think this makes this person, because he has taken out an expensive dinner, because he has shopped for you, has taken to the most expensive mall, and you think, yeah, this guy loves me. This man can do it for even 2 years, but when actually he's not a true person for your marriage. So you have to take your time. You have to take your time and sieve out. It is through this courtship, it's through this time of your singlehood that you're crying and thinking maybe you're taking long, that you'll get to know that this man is not worthy for you to be your husband, for him to be your husband, or this lady does not qualify to be the mother of your children. Without forgetting, you have to always call upon the Holy Spirit to guide you in this. We make choices, but God always makes decisions for us. So one of the point is, this is the time to sieve out and get the right time you're going to get married to in future. More time, more discoveries. Every time you meet this person, you go out for a date, you learn a habit, you learn a good thing about that person. In so doing, you're preparing yourself for the right marriage. Second, number 2, it is through this courtship, it's through this singlehood that you will strengthen the relationship. Relationships or marriages that you're seeing today, they once started like the relationships you are having out there today. I incidentally am married. I'm not in a relationship, but I'm now married. Okay. So, but my marriage, before it became a marriage, it started into a relationship. It is through that relationship, as we kept on knowing each other, as we kept on interacting, as we kept on, in so doing, we were bonding up. We are laying foundation, a strong foundation for our marriage.
And it helps to know the weakness of the other person.
Yes, it helped me to learn him more. It helped me to understand him more. As he was understanding me, as he was getting the good part, knowing the bad part and the good part about me, it helped us to strengthen our relationship. We were becoming closer and bonding every other day. Not because I was the perfect person. He didn't marry me because I don't make mistakes. No. Not because I got married to him because he doesn't make mistakes, but you weigh the goods and the bad over the other bads. There are those habits that they are tolerable, that you can tolerate in someone. Bearing in mind, this is a person. He's not an angel. You learn him, and then you're like, it's in this courtship, and you're like, Sister Dora, I think this guy's character, he's bad or he's not good here, but I think he's better than the other, the ex guy I had, or the ex girlfriend I had. So it is through this. By the time you finish the 1 year in that courtship, you will not still be the same.
Yeah.
You will not still at least you'll be feeling that person's presence. When he's away, you will believe he's away, he's a distant from you. That is why always you find when people are in relationship, they're always in the phones. In phone calls, you don't want to miss him, you want to hear from him. You miss those words. That feeling does not merely just come from the blue. It just comes because you have given him time, and he has also given you time.
Yeah.
So in so doing, you are preparing, you discuss things, you eventually reach the point of discussing on how you're going to carry about your marriage in future. This is all set up in the relationship time, in the courtship.
Compromise?
No, you shouldn't. There is no need to compromise in this. This is your future. It's not the man's future.
But he's good. I mean, even if he beats me, even if he doesn't leave me with anything, it's okay. I like him.
No, this has nothing to do with liking. It has a lot more with your future.
But he has good looks.
Those looks are just for the body. It doesn't take you anywhere.
I love the eyes.
You may like the eyes, you may like the voice, you may like the height, you may like the dress code, but all those do not lead you to the best marriage.
What if I'm the one who is going to finance him as a woman?
Then that is a different story altogether. Even the Bible is against this. It is we are ladies. Our role is to be submissive, to love our husbands and be submissive to these men. But you're not the person who is supposed to give. We're supposed to be given our what?
But he will give me later.
How
when we get married.
But he has to start it now, my dear. He has to start doing this.
But he's a good guy. He doesn't have money. He's not working.
He's not working, but if he has had a little, how does he spend it? Is the issue.
I mean, I'm able to make my hair. I'm able to pay for the bills of the house.
Then that means once you start, you have to end it. That means if you go into
a
relationship,
he will change, Sister Carol.
How will he change?
He will change.
If he doesn't do it, let me tell you, my sisters
but
out there.
But he buys me chips and chicken.
So that means that is a myopic way of thinking.
And he has a
car. Okay. Dora.
Yes.
A car. You think of a car and chips. You're going to buy children. Will you feed those chips? Do you still be seeing those chips on the table? He will just dump you there because he knows you have the money. You cater for yourself. Those chips will not be there anymore. The chips is giving you the courtship because he wants your body. Sometimes these men borrow cars to come and take these ladies out. If he especially realizes that you're myopic, you're not thinking beyond. All he wants is the beauty in you at that particular moment. This guy is targeting something. If he brings that posh car, he parks it there, he takes it to a posh restaurant or a posh hotel.
Maybe you got it from a friend.
Yeah, they do it. They hire these cars. They do. I've seen men do that. They do it. There's a friend of mine that fell victim. They do it. I've seen that. I used to hear of these stories, but it happened to my friends.
And he wears branded clothes.
Yes, they are branded. They look so
Why do you want me to dump my guy? Hello?
Because these people, all that glitters is never gold. Be very careful. You will come to know if you give him time in this courtship. If he started with this car, see how long it's going to take to this situation of bringing that car, of spending that money, of the dressing and everything. As time goes by, he will keep on deteriorating, because he gotten what he wants from you. That is if you opened up your body to this person. But if you didn't, he will not even come back.
So you mean I should wait?
You have to wait.
So you mean I should remain single as I search out?
The Bible tells us that our bodies are the temples of God.
Sister Carol, do I need to have a notebook or to write my qualities of a type of a guy that I need?
Of course, you have a dream husband. You have the qualities of a man you want him to.
But I need a guy who is tall, has a car, has a house, has everything.
Those are just supplements. They're just supplements on what you have. There are some basic things that you consider. There are vital, important things that you got to look at.
Like what?
The integrity of a man matters.
Where does he come from?
The background of the man matters.
What kind of
friends? And me, as for my case, I love a man who is so spiritual. Because if a man does not respect God, he will not respect you either.
And if
A
a man
God-fearing
doesn't respect a woman, know
eh,
that he's not gonna respect
yes, a
you as well. The
God-fearing
same as a woman.
yes, a God-fearing woman, a God-fearing husband, even a boyfriend. This should be priority number
Well, I
one.
need a guy who takes me out.
He can still take you out. Doesn't mean that when he's born again or when he's a Christian, a God-fearing man, he will not hang out. He will, but it will matter. Only what changes is where do you hang out.
And I need a rich man.
God can bless you to be a blessing to him. You can join hands and become rich. What matters is not money now, though it also facilitates, but it is not money. If he has a job he's doing, he has a professional job he's doing, he's the intellectual part of
Yeah.
it of a man.
Sorry.
And then he has the little. How is he spending it now?
And how does he take care of you when he doesn't have?
When he doesn't have, how is
Just
he?
know that when time comes, when
will.
he's gotten that
You will know
cash,
that this
he's
man
gonna take care
is
of
a
you very
responsible
well.
man. Like he says, sweetheart, transparency, communication. How is he communicating with you in your courtship?
And it's same as the same goes to a lady. When a lady has the money, how does she exploit that money? And is she developmental?
And where does that lady get that money from?
And
maybe she's getting from another boyfriend to feed you.
No, sometimes the guy can be able to give the lady money to see how she behaves. That is actually one way of just knowing someone that you're gonna spend with. Okay, they have to be developmental and good in planning. They may not be good in planning, but they want to contribute to the development of both of you. But if someone is just pulling for themselves, they don't indulge you in their plans, they don't include you in the whatever they are planning, just know you are on a wrong path. Because anybody who is out there, they desire someone, they will always include them in whatever they are planning. And they will always create time for you. There is no anybody busy for the person they love. Never. Do not sacrifice. Oh, he was so busy. Oh, he was like this.
Maybe he was busy with somebody else.
Just know that when he's very busy now, he's not gonna give you the time as well when you get married. So that is why it's very important to enjoy your singlehood, guys.
And
as you are weighing out, as my sister said, as you are weighing out to know who is right, who is right, who is wrong. Okay, so just get those qualities. We will soon share with you the qualities of a good woman, the qualities of a good man. So you don't have to have a list of 100 things on your list. Number one thing, the list I'm gonna give you is communication and understanding. This mutual understanding, these are the list that I'm gonna give you. All right, the rest will follow in our next topic that we'll talk about. Sister Carol.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to clarify more about communication, communication is one of the leading trick or factor in marriage. Very important in a relationship and in marriage as well. Even in any friendship, like I'm a lady and she's my sister, like we are here. If we don't have clear communication with her, then there is no friendship. There is no sisterhood. There is no bonding between the two of us. Communication binds, unites the two of you.
It shows respect.
It shows respect. It shows love. Someone still cares for you. Someone is busy somewhere, but she has spared some time for you. That means that man's heart, that lady's heart, is where his heart is where his soul is. Your soul is, or your heart is as well. So, communication, it helps a lot. Through communication is when you learn this person. Is he a liar? Does he stick to his promises? Is he transparent? Is he in his communication? Is he transparent? Is he involving me in his plans or her plans, like he's saying? Like she's just saying. If a man has plans, yes, we don't plan for our marriage. You don't just jump into our marriages and begin to plan from there. No, we plan prior the marriage session, the marriage time. So, what does he talk about marriage while he's with you? How does he describe his marriage? How does he want to? There are these men we get here, they never even talk about marriage. All they want is, let's here, we go here, let's do this, let's, just to hang around easy. Let's go here. I feel like I miss you. And all the time is party, these party animal men. Just know you leave in the house to go party out again with his cliques. So you have to take cautious of this. Party animals in a relationship, my dear, be very careful, watch out. Otherwise, you'll cry in the house alone when the man has run out, or even a woman has jumped out of the window to go and hang out.
Can I share? Sister Carol, thank you so much for allowing me to share. I have a testimony of one of my friend. He's my best friend actually. This guy waited. He's 35 now. He waited, my dear. He stopped this jumpy, picky stuff and he said, I just want to search out a right woman for me because you know what? I'm already in my late mid 30s. So I don't want to spend the rest of my life crying, okay? These girls that used to come to him, they were all about money girls. You understand? So how did he know that? He laid baits and he was like, oh, I'm so broke. And he brought the girls in his house and he couldn't even afford something. He was just laying baits. All he had to do is to buy some chicken and cook for the lady, to show care. But then these girls were just crying out, oh, I have this problem, I have that problem. And you cannot solve it. Well, you need money for the hair. The least he can do, he can support you with money for hair, all right? But he cannot go extra further because remember, this is not a bank account, okay? Whereby you have to milk out money. You know the tendency of us women is that we think that every man has to finance our issues or our bills, our whatsoever. That is what we think. But that is not how it is. He was looking for a lady who could develop him mentally and physically, my dear, in that waiting process. And he was living in a bed space. But in the bed space where he was living, this guy, there were a lot of immorals going on. A lot of temptation that were going on. He's a God-fearing man. As we say that if a man has the fear of God, he is afraid of doing stuff. See, we have men that have fear of God, but they go do acts that are contrary to God's will. This is not called the fear of God. The fear of God is like, how am I going to do this thing? How is God gonna perceive it? That was the kind of guy. And he had to leave that bed space because it was gonna lead him to temptation. So guys, if you know that a place where you are is leading you to temptation, there are a lot of places that you can find.
Pray about it for God to give you a proper direction.
Yeah, there are a lot of places that you can find that you can be safe in a petition.
Yeah, Dora, to add on that, sweetheart.
Yes.
People, we should always don't do things following our instincts. Let's always consult God. God talks. He speaks to us. So like she's saying, when you're looking for a better place, you're looking for a better partner, you're looking for a job, you look like the way you ask for a job, you always kneel down, ask for a job. So should it be when you're looking for a partner. It should be part of you. I'm going out, Lord. Maybe someone has invited you to his home or her home. Before you go, talk to God. Is it a God live? Is it a better place for me to meet? Is it the right time for me to do it? God guides. Even if he doesn't reveal to you that automatically time, he will guide you while there. In case you go there, remember you involved him. You know he's a jealous God. But he really answers. He really talks to us and he really protects us. So as she's saying, always consider God in places you're going to go to. And even if when you're there, please always soak that place, those places, whatever businesses, whatever, soak it in the precious blood of Jesus. Because temptations are everywhere.
In general,
praying, always pray. Please always pray for everything you're going to do. The world is wicked of late. Even the person you least expect can hurt you in a place you least expect. You know,
well.
Yeah.
So you can also pray
in
to
whatever
Allah.
we pray to the same God.
Because I believe that Allah talks. He will always guide you. He will always guide you, guys. But on the other testimony that I was telling you, finally, this gentleman had to leave the bed space, and he had to get his own partition whereby he could afford. Goes to work, comes back home, he has his own time with God and for himself. And finally, he got a woman, very God-fearing, very loving, very gentle, very kind. She's so beautiful, and she was only 26. Can you imagine? And these young ones, they don't know anything about marriage. They don't know. All they know is party. Give me money for this. Give me money for that. Give me money for that. That is all.
But that's why you're finding there are so many singles these days. There are so many single mothers. People are running out of marriage. There is nothing like patience. They wait 2 months, 2 years. They're out of marriage. There is nothing like patience because
people home. You don't know even how to cook. You cannot. All you want to do is to buy foods outside. That's all you want to do. You cannot clean. And you think, oh my God, he loves me. He loves me. No. When you reach in marriage, things are going to change, and you're going to find fire.
These African girls who are always after issue, who are like, your mother has groomed you to be a better woman, to be a better person. When you're done with education, maybe from the university, because you met other people there, you want to live a life that is not you. Please learn to be you. We are all Africans. We have the norms. We have the norms. We have the norms. We have our culture. Please.
Don't tell me cultures now, Carol, please.
No, this is how the world is becoming wicked.
But don't tell me about culture.
People are living lives of the whites. We are not white. However much you want to speak like a white, however much you want to dress up like a white man, you are a white.
I love a black life. Stop telling me about life.
But don't forget your responsibilities as a mother. You have the kids you're going to raise up. What kind of kids are you going to raise up? The world is getting wicked because people are like
themselves.
This is how our children are going to mess up. This is how our children are going to embarrass us before our friends, or maybe you go to a family, the children are praying, yours are just like dolls. Others are kneeling down or maybe humbly greeting people. Yours are just like a log because it is Western culture. It is .com era. My dear sisters and brothers,
and with no respect,
we should always don't forget where we come from. At least you know these things, but you're just deliberately just pushing them away, copying the lives of white man. Why aren't you really trying to let these black men also admire, this white men also admire us? Let them see us, how proud we are with our cultures, Why should we copy theirs and they're not copying ours? I really feel bad to see Africans. We are so much into these white man things, and these people don't love us.
They have money.
They are wicked in their own way.
We are going to talk about that topic of also we are going to talk about that topic of
and Dora,
the myth of really, Africa. We are going to talk about that topic very soon, guys. We shouldn't even. I don't want even to give you. I gave you a hint, but
I love this. There's some Kenyan ladies I saw on TikTok, on YouTube. She's in German. She got married to a German man. Trust me, this girl is driving this man crazy. She's teaching the German children.
But she waited, remember?
Yes,
and she waited and she knew what she wanted.
She did change how.
She first made a mistake once, and the mistake she made, she said, no, I'm not going to repeat this mistake. She had to write down everything she wanted. And she said, I don't care when I'm going to get married, but as long as I get married to the right man.
She knew what she wanted, and she made sure you can change that man to you by God's grace, by you being focused and consistent with what you are and who you are. You can change that man to a man you want him to be. You can.
But I want you to remember that it depends how the person can change, because you remember, out of 100 you'll find only like 30% that are willing to change
by the work of the Holy Spirit,
the adjustment of both of you. All right, but just I want you to remember, you can never change someone if they are not willing to change. Because unless
by the Holy Spirit,
if
by
they
the
love
the
you,
Holy Spirit, say like for now, say like now for this, we are talking about now these friends of ours who are already into this. They are like they have reached very far. The parents are aware, and maybe they are planning. They've even set up dates of their introductions and the weddings for them. We still see them as singles because they're not yet into the marriage. So you are like, how about me, who has already made up my mind? And I see these traits in a man. I have some things that I'm seeing that are not okay, but I'm like, okay, let's just go. Please don't give up. Pray. You can still pray. We have a miracle working God who changes things by the last minute. So you can still pray for that man, or you can still pray for this woman. And you're getting married to him. You're planning to get married to her, but you still have this bad thing in you. It's never too late to cry out to God for a change in that person. When you cry out to God with a genuine heart, he will work on it. He will change that person to a beer. Because we have seen men who change in marriages with time. Though it takes,
that is if you already gotten
you already,
into it.
yes,
But we are not talking about the singles.
but it's not easy to
My
change,
dear, we are
like
not
she's
talking
saying.
about the singles. We are talking about those people who are already into it. Because
Yes.
if you are single, then you think you're gonna change the person. Oh, just know that you're
It's
gonna
not a
be
guarantee.
you're
It's not
gonna
a
be into
guarantee.
it. Okay,
There's some,
taken by yourself. All right, knowing that you're gonna pray. No, it's not gonna work that way. Please, when you know that this person has a character that is not
and
according
you
to
have
the
not
will
yet
of
gone
God,
far with that
kindly
person, please.
just on your list say, God, today this one no, and you continue moving. But continue praying about it. Okay, continue praying about it, because don't carry a lot
There are
that
good
you know
men
that.
there. Please don't rush. There are good
Sister
men
Carol.
there. There are sweethearts there who can do. There are better ladies out
One
there.
Sister Carol, listen. I want them to know that changing a person is not easy.
It's not a walkover. It's not a guarantee.
Just know that you're going to carry a load on your back.
Sacrifices.
And with bending, because it's a heavy load. So if you're ready to carry that load with bending, even I think you need a stick like an old lady, so that you can carry that load praying, Almighty God, please help me. This load is too heavy for me.
Yeah.
You're still single. You don't need that load. My dear, you need to back it down.
You have the back and
Walk
the
straight and say,
the one in the bed.
hey,
Because you
here
have
I
to,
am. Oh. Here I am. I'm still available to aid someone who is vital for me.
Yeah.
Don't carry load and don't.
Patience pays, though it pains.
I know.
Yeah.
It pains. So if they want the pain, let them continue carrying that pain.
No, like I'm saying, they might think they're in that courtship and it's like hurting. They think maybe it has taken them time. It was paining at that moment, but it will pay you in the time.
And another thing is, don't mind about you've taken the guy to the mother or to the father. Don't mind about shame. Always know that whatever you do, it's for your own benefit. Not for your mother, not for your father. Because everybody's gonna go, friends are gonna go, you're gonna be alone in that chung of yours.
Oh yeah.
In that house of yours. You're going to cry, you don't know what to do now. Children have come up, you don't know how to handle children, stress has piled you. When no, cause it's like you've lost a lot of weight, you're thinking. Yet you put yourself into a mess where even you would have gotten out the idea.
And you begin to live a life
Forget
of
about
regrets,
shame.
and you're like, oh my
Forget
God.
about shame.
Make sure that person is your friend. Please.
Yeah.
Make sure he is your friend. There is one artist in Uganda who says that you marry your friend. Wasamukwano wo in our language back home. We say wasamukwano wo. At least in that courtship, let there be friendship. One of the factors. Let you feel that you and this person are friends. You know?
Put him on test.
He's testing by these men testers. Do you know these men testers?
They test to see what
Let me tell you how they test us. For example, how my boyfriend, my husband and boyfriend then tested me. He used to come to my place.
Who is actually her husband?
Yeah,
now?
he was my boyfriend, my boyfriend then, and then now my husband. Apparently, how did he Did he test me? It was something simple to me. It may seem simple, but it varies a lot. So he was like, where is the soap dish? And I was out busy preparing other stuff. And I was like, where is the soap dish? And I was like, let me come and I give you the soap dish. And I said, no, just tell me where it is. I'll pick it. So by then I didn't know. I was like, oh, maybe he's flexible enough. He wants to maybe help me. Doesn't want to disorganize me because I was already doing something outside. So I told him, it's here. And you know what? He said, where is it? So luckily enough, I knew where it was. And I was like, just do this and this. I'll go here and get it. So what did he want to know exactly? And he got it and then he went to the washroom. And you know what he wanted to do? He wanted to know how organized am I. I didn't know. It was something simple, but it was a test. So this main test. Secondly, when he comes to your place, he wants to see. It's not all about him begging you. For those that have been genuine to your bodies and you've been genuine with your friends, your boyfriends and girlfriends, it's not that every time this man comes, if you've laid principles, this man can come, you stay home, have lunch together, you cook for him, and then he will go. He will go. It is possible because you have laid what? Principles as a foundation of your relationship. You're like, we are starting this relationship, but there is no body contacts. Those who will know will know. we're not going to go far.
And don't be the wifey type.
Yeah. So when
Don't be the wifey type. He has not married you. So why
so
you
when
the
he
wifey
came,
type?
he
so
wanted
much?
to see. But by then we are like in the last stages of our relationship because we dated for 2 years before our marriage. So he was like, where is the stoplight? I gave it to him. But I saw that his stay that day at home was having a lot of things in it because it was his first day and it had a lot of invitations. He wanted to see, how do I cooperate with my neighbors? If I take this lady to my family, will he cooperate with my people? Then in your form of discussions, he wants to hear you. How do you respect your people back home?
He had a list of what he wanted. So that's why he was actually trying to really
he
let
was
us
saying,
think to see, is this the right woman I'm taking home or no?
Even him coming to your place,
Yeah.
making him lunch, there's no big deal. What does it cost you to cook a meal?
It doesn't cost.
It doesn't cost you anything.
But
as in
we are talking about like going
to
every
stay.
time.
No need to go and why that is, you're making the man to, like, wemala mwaka wo, yeah, you're like,
please see, you'll find the interpretation. Sorry for all those
Yeah.
that couldn't understand it, but
like-
you can see there.
like you're becoming like too common to this person. He has known everything about you, so there's nothing you're still hiding from him. So he's coming. He wanted to know, how do I coordinate with my people in the neighborhood?
Like be available.
Yes.
And, be available.
At least
you don't let him know everything.
Yeah, don't be so available for him.
Don't be so available
Because there is
for
that
him.
time that
Even
you'll be
they
so
guys,
much.
don't be so yeah.
Don't be like, I cannot see you now. Yes, I'm ready. Don't be ready. Have some principles. I mean, have something to make you busy, even if you're jobless.
Yeah.
Tell him, today I'm working out. I'm having something. Maybe I'm working out. Maybe I'm preparing my room. Today I'm having time to clean up my room. Find something to make you busy. Maybe it's the time you have friends you're going to happen with, your other friends. Because you have friends. Show him you also have better other people whom you had.
Yeah, you have a life outside him.
Yes, and yes, you respect him, but don't worship him. This is the issue. So when he comes to your place, like, he's like, can I come and see you? It's not all about the body. Sometimes he wants to see, how clean are you in your house? How clean are you? How organized are you? And if you decide to cook him a meal, how do you cook? Because no African man would want to marry a woman who doesn't cook. Even if he's going to put a maid in your house, that man will also want to have a taste of your food as a wife. By the way, they love our food so much. So you should learn these things. Learn it for formality. Okay, for those that are in this .com era, learn it for formality. But I personally, I love cooking. I love cooking for my husband.
I don't love cooking. And I don't like the smell of the kitchen.
Then you will wait for that person who will understand your situation, because
Guys,
there are men also who don't want their women to be like so much in the kitchen.
Guys, as we are here we are just talking about, the waiting period, the singlehood, that period where we wait for marriage. Those are the things we are trying to give out. For those of you that don't know what we are talking about, actually, we are just talking about the benefits of waiting for marriage, the benefits of singlehood. Yeah. So we bring in those kind of examples, small examples here, for you to align with the topic.
Yeah. So point number one, for those that have just joined us, we have said you have to weed out. Through that time is the time you weed out, you strain, you sieve out the right person for your marriage. Point number two, this is when you strengthen your relationship in preparations for your marriage. That you may go in the marriage when you are really intimate to one another.
You're not compromising.
That's a point. It's an obvious thing. It is you now. This is the time you have to twist him round. It is him now that you'll have to understand that, to use your tongue and say, come on, I have a life to live. I'm this, I love this. My principles are, I don't do this, I don't hang out, I don't do this, I don't move out before this. You have to be proud. This is something you have to also use him, because there's a time when you're under him that you will not even say, hey.
And there is that lady that I watched on YouTube as well. I think I shared with you. That lady that I watched on YouTube, that got married at, is it 35 years old? Sorry, I'm talking about that 5 because my friends are all got married at 35, of which I'm proud of everyone, okay? Because, they have really, really, really weighed out the trash, and because their concentration was career. okay? And they had, first of all, she laid out whatever she wanted in a man, and she had spiritual parents that told her, please bring whatever you get, whatever you want, either short, either tall, anyone that you think that you may have feelings or a crush or anything, flats whatsoever, bring. We will help you to really sieve out who is gonna be your husband. And she did that. That is the benefit of having spiritual parents. It could be your pastor, it could be, but a trusted pastor. I mean, because now people have gone off. But we love our pastor, Pastor Moses. He's such a wonderful man. He guides, and
Big shout
he's so
to him, Pastor
he's
Moses
such a
and
blessing to
Susan
us. And
Kazigawa. We love
Mrs.
you.
Susan, this is a very GTCM. We fellowship in GTCM Church, and this is a man or pastors who they will really guide you to what is really right. So this lady that I'm talking about had actually had mentors that have been married for over 30 years. And these people were like, how can this beautiful daughter of ours, because she was a family friend, be without a man? So what challenges are you facing? They asked her. She was like, I'm finding it hard because the guys that approach me are not in my niche, my niche area. So it's like either she's like this or it's like that or it's like that. So it's like, okay, we are gonna help you. And they really helped her out to sort out the right husband for her. Before a meanwhile, she said, I'm gonna, in my 30, in when she was 28, 28, 20, 28, 29, 30s, she was just focusing on herself career wise. She was focusing on her career, she was focusing on herself, she was focusing on developments in general. Okay, as she was on a dating, but she was not focusing more on datings because she knew what she wanted. And on her list she had these two things that I told you. First of all, a man who knows who is ambitious, a man who has the fear of God, and a man who is good at communication. No matter what, the man had to be good in communication. And these were the few things that she had laid out. And the spiritual parents really helped her. And now she has been married now for 5 years. She's now 40. And she's very, very happily married with a guy that understands her, and she has one child, and there is life. There is life in marriage. But a marriage that is abusive, that you're gonna enter it, a marriage that has no meaning, you guys don't go out, you guys don't have fun, it's all about work, 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 work. That's all. What is the kind of life that you're gonna get yourself into? Yeah, Sister Carol.
Thank you, Dora. Those who have ears,
let us hear.
We don't want you to say, had I known, my dear. It's a wicked timing. This is why in our cultures or back in Africa, before a girl gets married, the aunties have to do what? To call her back home, and they teach her more. You think you know, but you don't know. Not until your auntie still has to get you down and sits you down. Don't think that talking is useless. It helps you somewhere, somehow. So learning never ends.
Yeah.
Every day we learn. Even us who are already into marriages, we still learn. We still consult elders. We still go to marriage counselors where things like are astray, like they're above us. You still have that need, that moment of someone coming up to encourage you, to motivate you, to advise you. So as more levels, more challenges, more levels, more challenge. Doesn't mean when you get married that is all. No.
But get someone who is
You have to have
compatible with
you have spiritual parents. You have to have an elder in your marriage who you always have to talk to. Because, my dear, we are human beings, we are not holy. Instead of walking out of that marriage, plan for it. As you reach there and things begin to not work in your favor, pray over them. If things now are failing, consult elders still. Like that is how we push on marriages. Running away is never a solution because you have made a vow. You see, you've already made a vow. You've made a commitment. You've had these children. So you just don't dump these kids just because of some simple issues that can easily be handled through praying and through consulting the pastors, your spiritual parents, or maybe your elders. So better late than never.
Yeah.
But it's better we try to prepare this, knowing why do you have to prepare? Because marriage is not a walkover. It's not a straight life. It's not a straight journey. There are ups and downs in marriages. But once you prepare this in prayer, you'll have to make it. Point number 3, in this time of courtship, it helps you to practice self-control. One will ask, what do you mean? Self-control bears a lot of things. When you're having this partner, you less strategies. You tell him, my dear, we are into this thing, but don't be tempted to touch. Don't be tempted to touch. It may not be easy, but based on how you address this thing, based on how you carry yourself to this person, based on how you stand to stick to your word, this man, even if he was not to wait, he will have to practice gradually. You will also have to, I know it's not easy, but once you let strategies and stand to it, stick to it, you find yourself becoming very normal. You spend the whole day together, no one is even bothering the
There is a
other.
rule that
You know?
Steve Harvey says, if you want to test someone, whoever, a relationship, he says, can you try the 90-day rule? 90-day rule helps you to know each and everything. There are people that cannot be patient for that. Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. So you practice the rules she's saying, talking about, or you, I mean, once you keep with this person, you practice that self-control can be in so many things. One, to control your anger. You can learn how to control your anger. You can learn to adjust in case of anything. Like maybe if this guy came and is like, Caroline, you know what, today I feel I'm very broke. It will not piss you off. First, give it time. Listen, what caused him to go to this brokenness? Was it the budget? What did he spend his money on? Like I mean, you know him now. He's your partner. He has been addressing to you his plans. He has been telling you his expenditures. You know, because he has been transparent to you. So you will know. You're like, okay, because of this, you control. If you're going to react, maybe wanted something from him and don't give it on time, you learn how to practice. Meaning, in future, when you get married, there will be no issues like fighting all the time. When you're angry, if the person you're taking is someone who's short-tempered, you as a person who is married to him, you will know how to tame him because you have learned that thing of self-control in you. So not everything that you raise, you have to fight over them. Not because the woman is pregnant, you have to run out to the neighborhood to get a woman to meet your sexual desires as
But
a
she's
man.
pregnant.
Yeah, she is, but because of this
And she has
courtship,
just given birth and she has a cesarean. So how can I
you
have
have to be
sex?
patient. You need patience.
Why patient?
When you have patience in your relationship, when you have patience in your courtship,
But I'm too
you
hot.
You practice the
I'm too
self-control.
hot. Eh? What can I do?
If you're too hot, you pray to God to cool you down. You pray to God to cool you down because you don't run to every Tom and Dick or to every lady out there because you're hot. Because the hotness will never stop. It will keep on coming. So you just pray to God to give you the patience, to give you the grace.
But she has been in that thing for so long.
Yeah,
my dear.
don't be like someone I don't want to mention out there in the social media, in the socialites. So, my dear friends, through courtship, you learn how to be to practice self-control. In that, when you get married, even when you're pregnant, your husband will be a darling to you. He'll still be waiting for you. Even when he has gone broke, he will still be a darling to you. When maybe you've done things messed up somehow, to him or to her, it will not be an issue because you know he's your friend. He communicates to you. He's like, I'm sorry. And then because of this practice of self-control in you, you're like, okay, this should stop here. It does not become a fight in the house.
And actually, self-control begins in the mind.
Yeah, when your mind is
It begins in the
are
mind.
you willing to perceive it?
Okay, because there is nothing that happens outside our bodies when it has not started in the mind. It always starts with our minds, then it goes to our bodies, then it protrudes outside, it blasts outside. Yeah. So always everything that starts within us, it starts from the mind, in the heart, and thinking about it. Then actions are carried out physically.
Another point. This courtship period, this singlehood period, it helps you. It helps you not to take your intimacy for granted in future when you're married. When you're with this man now in your courtship, or this boyfriend or this lady, you're becoming closer every other day. You become intimate. You become intimate. You don't even feel like living together. First of all, there is love between you. Secondly, there is respect between you. Thirdly, you are all having the same motive of ending your relationship together. Not necessarily in a relationship whereby one has a mixed feeling, one is like this. There you will not come to be intimate. But if you have all, but if you all have one goal, that you desired goal as one thing that you're heading to, you're like targeting to, like all if it you we all agreed it is marriage, it is marriage. Let's abstain.
Guys, excuse me.
Yeah. Let's abstain. Let's do this. If you all have one motive, you're so cooperative. You're so like you have agreed on one thing altogether. This thing will bring you intimacy. You become one. Communication is okay when he has his caring for you. When he makes mistakes, you are apologetic to one another. When there is something good, you all happen together. So you're like one. That bond, that intimacy. Once you get married, it can never be taken for granted. It will always be respected. None of you will ever want to miss. Yeah, none of you will ever want to miss the other. So that is also another point. The intimacy in future when you're together as a couple, it is never taken for granted. And then we have this avoid surprise babies. It is through this courtship that you will not have babies that you've not planned for. Okay, it is through this time that you're like you remember you're abstaining. Remember you it has had to happen. Though I wouldn't encourage you to, even when it has had to happen, you'll program for it, you prepare for it, you'll be very careful not to have the surprise babies. Who would want to go in marriage with children? Who would want to enter marriage when she's pregnant? Who would want to go in marriage? I mean, we need to go as innocent girls, as innocent people, like everyone is like, my first kid I should have my first baby in my first year of marriage. When I've had my marriage, when I've sorted my parents, when I've sorted myself, is when I'm settled with my lifetime partner. I want to have one man with all my children. All my children should be under one man or one husband. So when you're in this courtship, you avoid such surprise babies, the babies that you've not planned for, Then you are in this thing, you avoid bringing shame to your parents, to yourself. If you're in this courtship, you're preparing yourself, like it helps you to avoid running to every Tom and Dick, from running to every lady, to every Sarah and Jackie. You're like, no, I have to get one person, and this shall be the person I'll stick to until my day of marriage. And this is the very person I'll stick to in my lifetime, throughout my lifetime. So in so doing, you're keeping the honor of respecting God, you're respecting your parents, you're bringing respect to your parents back home, because it is also very important. Once you respect your parents, that means you're respecting God, because our parents, they are the godly God, they are the earthly God we have on this planet. So in so doing, respecting your body, you're respecting your families back home, you're respecting your, maybe even the boyfriend, even the friends around you, you bring respect. Most of us, who wouldn't love to have a friend who is wedded, to be surrounded by friends who are all in marriage? It brings about respect, because like the saying goes that, tell me who is your friend and I'll tell you who you are. So if you're the person who is surrounded by so many singles, like single mothers, for example, then you're most likely to fall to be a single mother in future. It will not be new, as in it will be normal, because all your friends are all the people you surround with are single mothers. I'm not saying it's bad to be a single mother, but I'm telling you on what your friends can detect who you are. The nature of the people you interact with may determine who the person. Sometimes you will not be a non-believer and you find yourself with pastors. Definitely there is something somewhere. There is one day, one time you'll end up being a pastor, or maybe end up being born again. Okay, so in so doing, in courtship, it helps you a lot. It helps you from being so open to everyone. It helps you to be confined in one place as you're planning for one thing, as you're heading into marriage. So all in all, singlehood before marriage is really very good. It prepares you for the best, not for the worst. If you are wise enough, if you put God in everything that you're doing, in your courtship. God can never leave you astray. God can never let you down. God can never let you to fall in a trap of a wrong person. He will still stand with you because you consulted him before the time, before you did it. And then last but not least about this relationship, I know there's so many comments out there. There's so many points out there. Achievements people have gotten in their courtship. There's so many testimonies out there people have achieved through their courtship before marriages, because we always hear this on marriage weddings, how people talk about their beginnings before their marriage day. People will say we started like this and then this is how we have ended today. So in so doing, you learn to go to weddings. You get inspirational messages from these people as they are giving their speeches. It motivates you to also learn on getting good men. Then go to church, go to youth conferences, hear what they talk about, like in our church or youth conferences. Only singles are met by our daddy and mommy, our spiritual parents or our pastors, and they address such issues. Don't feel alone. Don't feel depressed. Don't die alone on how can I get a man. Don't make decisions on your own without an elder to guide you. So there are so many advantages out there. You can also help us to share with us in our comment section. You can comment, you can like, you can subscribe to help. You can join us in the struggle of helping others out there who are yearning to get into marriages, who are yearning to get into the hands of the right people, who are really willing to listen to this word,
but they don't know the benefits.
There are those that even who want to start relationships, but like, how will I start? Please, your word and my word, all together added, and our word all joined together, it can save us all out there. Let's be a blessing to help others there. If God has blessed you with an experience, helped you, please come out to share it with others out there. We are here to bring about smiles to our people. We are here to bring about positivity to people. And if we can do it, then you can also join us and do the same. Let us save our people there. Let's not leave people crying and killing themselves outside there because we are silent upon our issues, our experiences. And then lastly, it increases the trust between the two of you. When you're with your partner in your courtship, in your singlehood life with this person, or in your dating period with this person, you come to know whether he is trustworthy or she is not. It is when you test the trust in this man. If he says, is he entirely abstaining where he is? You will know when one is a player. You will know when this guy does something shoddy out there. You will know. That spirit will show you. There will be no way the Lord will not show you that this person is not worth for you. Through praying, through friends, through, anything can happen, and then you come to know this person. Maybe a message may come when the phone is there and you're seated there. You don't touch the phone, but a message has struck him, and someone is thanking him for the night well spent. And that is how the Lord can shame that person for you. In so doing, you come to know he's not trustworthy. So if you see such a thing, please, I think there is no hesitation. After all, what do you lose? It's your body, it's your life, it's your motive. You want to get married to a right person. So stick to your word. If you see some variable characters when you're still in the courtship, please, why should you move on? To forgive someone who is cheating behind you, even when he's lying to you that he's trustworthy. Even when you're married in the house, he will lie to you that he's okay when actually he's outside doing something silly. So once you see, act over certain issues that are sensitive. Otherwise, as for me, I'm so happy to share this with you for today. And I believe I've been a blessing to you. And I believe if we work hand in hand through these achievements, through these advantages, through other advantages our sisters are going to share out there, our brothers are going to share with us, please,
what advantages
we will achieve our goals. I pray the Lord guides you to get the best partners for your marriage. God bless you as we listen to our sister here. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you, Sister Carol. Thank you so much. I love this topic so much, actually, because I wish I knew before. There are things that I actually really navigate through in my 20s, and I'm like, I wish I knew.
I know.
I wish I knew.
My favorite
Yeah. So this
alone.
I wish I knew now is what we are trying to impact lives out there to a positive living and a positive awareness. Welcome again to our channel, guys. And for those of you that haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. Just click on that subscription button. Just click all so that you don't miss out.
Share it out.
You don't miss out. Oh, you don't miss out. And like and comment. We welcome positive and negative comments. We are okay so that we can improve ourselves and so that we can know what is going on.
We might think we are doing the best when actually we are maybe doing something contrary to what you expect out of us.
Yeah.
So please help us. Let's work like the police. Help us to help you.
All right.
What we want is to bring about a smile. Remember, it is all about positivity.
And if there is something that you want us to talk about, feel free. We will talk about it. Okay, feel free to write to us or send us an email.
Yeah,
all right, we will talk about it.
Like someone will be having a burning challenge he or he is going through. How can I go about it?
We'll talk about it.
You can contact us. You can inbox us. You can subscribe your problem there, a question there. You can put it there. They may keep everything to yourself, but deliver the message. We are ready to share it.
Just write a topic you want us to talk about. We will talk about it.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna navigate you through the disadvantages of singleness, waiting for marriage. The disadvantages of it. All right, so let us understand. Before, my sister Carol was trying to talk about the advantages of waiting. That's advantages of enjoying your singlehood. And here I am. I'm ready to expose to you the disadvantages of, because there is nothing that is only on advantages. I'm ready to share with you disadvantages of singleness. First of all, the number one on the list is loneliness. Oh yes, you're gonna be lonely in that bed. You're gonna hold that pillow tight and you're like, oh gosh, what the hell? But over benefit, it helps you to create and make a self-awareness of yourself and know and have time for yourself. Disadvantage number one is loneliness. It creates that loneliness and you feel like, is it the only you that is out there that is really into this thing? And it creates a lot of thinking, a lot of tension on you. But just know, if you hold on to the other positive part of it, you're gonna escape that loneliness. Try to find something that keeps you busy. For example, try to indulge yourself in activities that occupy your mind. Try to go like us, okay? When we are done with work, we have a schedule. So schedule yourself. We find ourselves on a schedule. On Wednesdays, we go for prayers. Okay, we go for Sundays, Bible studies. There is a prayer. There is a community help work. You need to go and help out. If there is something that you love to do it. You want to create to be creative, to create that creativity that you've already longed for. Start something, do something, okay? Do something to just eliminate that loneliness, because that loneliness is going to bring you a lot of bad thoughts. That is point number one, okay? Number two is that it makes you have the peer pressure. First of all, the people that surround you are going to put a lot of pressure in you. The way they got those that are married, they are going to really put a lot of pressure on you, and you're like, oh, I'm getting old, I'm not married. But you don't know the challenges that these guys are facing back in their marriages. They will not tell you, okay? You just see them happy whatsoever, but they have a lot of challenges that are not telling you, okay? So if you're going to jump into that marriage, it's going to lead you into mistakes when you haven't prepared yourself. So please learn to prepare yourself and eliminate that peer pressure, that thing that says that the other person got married. So what about me? that pressure thing, that community thing, that family thing, because you see the family will really put a lot of pressure on you. Or you're not getting married, you're getting too old. Come on, block your ears.
You even begin to feel guilty out
Yeah,
of
block
place.
your ears.
Yeah, you're
Let
like,
me tell you, block your ears.
if I go to the elders, they'll be if I go to the village, my aunties will begin asking me, till today, you've never seen someone, you've never gotten someone.
Just tell them I'm working on it.
You feel
I'm
rejected.
working. You know the answer that you have to tell them. Just tell them I'm working on it. It doesn't matter either 10 years or 20 years. It's my life. Period. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many years. Thank you so much for everyone telling me. I know you want to let me know, but it is my life. It is my life. I'm the one who is going to carry the load of my children, the load of my wife, the load of my husband, and the load of my home. None of you is gonna be in my home.
And also, you can as well tell them God is timing is the best. There's no need to hurry.
Yeah, just tell them that it's gonna go around me. It is my life, so it doesn't matter. Thank you so much for your advice, and thank you so much for your concern. But the pressure you're putting, I've already taken enough. Thank you so much for your care. But I'm gonna be entitled for everything that happens around me when I go in that. All right, so you can eliminate that.
At the end of it all, you're not getting married to
the family,
anyone.
Yeah, to your family.
It's all about you. Like I said, happiness belongs to you.
Exactly.
It is for your own good. Whatever you're going to do. Most cases, for the parents' case, it is automatic. They need this as a sign.
And then they can put pressure. I remember when I was
when I have to be humble enough, tell them, Mommy, please, Daddy, God has a me.
I remember when I haven't given birth, my mom was always like, Dora, when are you giving birth? Okay, I gave birth at 30. And I was like, oh, Dora, when are you giving birth? And you know, with me, I really had a plan. I had a plan of what I wanted. I really had a plan of what I wanted, despite the challenges that came up. But I had a plan. And God spoke to me, but it's just because I ran into it because of not even listening. I just went into whatever it was. You understand? So I was like, I think I'm ready. Now I have a good job. All I wanted is to have a good job, establish myself, and then have a child. So that if a child comes, I'm ready for any challenge. I don't have to call my child names or anything. If a father will provide or will not provide, I'm ready to stand for my child. I was trying to create myself, but I had not really discovered myself very well. Should I have discovered myself very well, I couldn't have gone into a mistake. You understand? So, but mistakes are good because they prepare you to be a better person as well, and they create you to be a stronger person. They create strongness in you. But with me, I enjoyed my singlehood. That is it. I enjoyed my singlehood, and I knew what I wanted. Because before there was a guy who two guys wanted to marry, 3 guys. They wanted to marry me, but I was like, no, it's too early. I'm gonna make a mistake. Just leave me for now. But when I clocked 26, I said, I think it's time for me to now start a journey of relationship, such that I know where I'm married. When the time comes for me to get married, I know what exactly I've saved out. I know what I want. Because it was useless for me to get married at an early age. Okay, because maybe I would be in the world, or not, like I would be married but still be in the world, or I would be just the opposite. You understand? So it helped me to create that kind of waiting period. Really helped me to create and understand who I am. So even when I have a child, I'm okay if the father is there to provide or no. I'm there. I'm happy. I cannot call my child names. I cannot
independence.
I cannot hate my child because I bore my child, loving my child. I was ready. I was ready for everything. Okay, I was ready for. So that is the why I didn't mind about the pressure, and I had to tell my mother, you know what, mom, I'm really going to stop talking to you. If ever I come here, you're telling me about men issue, husband issue, I'm gonna stop talking to you. When the time comes for me to get married, I know what I want. I will get married. Thank you so much for the concern. I don't want any friend to really pressure me in marriage. If you wanna get married, please go ahead, but I'm not ready, and I don't want it. But I kept men around, friends around. So I knew that if a time comes, I will get married. So please just take that point and know peer pressure cannot drive you to do things that are contrary. You're going to fall into a ditch and you're going to really regret yourself. Know what you need, know what you want, and go by what you need. Take advice as well, but weigh them, and the conclusion is you. All right. Point number 3 is that low self-esteem. It puts you on a low self-esteem too. You're like, oh, why can't I get married? Like, you're invited for a wedding and people are getting married, and you're 31, you're 30, you're 29, and you're like, my God, people are looking at me. I'm now old. Oh my God, look at me. Do I have gray hair even? You're like, even gray hair started coming in my head, and I'm not yet married. My brain,
yourself negative.
you feel like even you start developing hatred for people who have gotten married, who are happy, and you start feeling jealous for nothing. Your time has not yet come. When your time comes, it will be valued.
And self-hatred. You begin to hate yourself as
and
well.
You hate, and you're like, what's this beauty all for? As a man,
if you're this lady who you normally made up yourself, you find yourself no longer even minding to make up yourself, because you begin to think that maybe
look good,
after all, why should, and I didn't get them, why am I doing it then? But so
you look good. Don't put yourself
even us
down.
already there, we still try though.
Yeah, but we are not used to putting on very heavy
we
makeup.
are trying though. We are just trying, like, we don't want to overdo it, but at least we try to put something small, you know, to still look younger and nice.
Okay, guys,
so guys out there, please love yourselves. Even if you haven't gotten, please try. Okay, your time is coming.
Guy, try to look good. Man, try to look good. Do not say, because I don't have a girlfriend, because I blah blah. Try to look good as you're waiting for marriage. So that when that marriage comes, you know how to already take care of yourself.
If you don't love yourself, there's no one will. Even if you get that man, you get married to that man, he will not help you to love yourself. It is you. That man is not going to add anything in you. Not until you begin to do something to yourself.
First, learn how to love yourself. Never go into a relationship when you don't love yourself.
Yes.
Because when you love yourself, when you love yourself, it means that you're going to carry over that love to the other person. Because someone that love themselves, they love to look good, they love to sponsor, they love to support themselves. That is what you're going to carry over to the other person. But if you don't know how to love yourself,
I've seen ladies who are into marriage. Yes, even if a man does a mistake in the first place, like you're into marriage now, you enter the house, the first thing you see is sadness on this lady. For how long are you going to live in that life? Why should you bury yourself in those stresses? And some things are let to go. You be yourself. Before you get counselors, before you run to the counselors to advise you, you have to be the first counselor to yourself.
You have to learn to love yourself. Number one.
Yes, when you love yourself, that means you're advising yourself, you're counseling yourself. You know, in that everyone will come to you. Like my story now, if I have to share my story here, many will be like, is it true? I was going through all this. I've gone through, but life has to go on. The past, I should not dwell in the past. So, brothers out there, you've had challenges. You've met these issues whereby the man has taken long to love you. Hey, these men will come. It's not you who looks for men. They will look for you. And if this man comes and he finds your face is as gloomy as the other, the man finds your face is stressed up.
What actually by a man looking for you? What we mean is that if you are available, okay, if you are available and there are people who want to interact with you, that is what we are calling that they will look for you. Okay, so anyway, the other point is the other point is we are talking about pressure, or that peer pressure. Try to eliminate that pressure and learn how to love yourself. If you don't know how to love yourself, it means that even when you go into a relationship, you will not learn how to love yourself. Try to do a study of who you are. And whatever study you do, note it down. Note it down. Note it down.
Can you want to tell me that if you don't love yourself, you can love that man?
Never.
You cannot. Never. Would you even love the baby you have given birth to?
Of course, that's fine.
The sadness will just have to be transferring. That will transferable even to the kid. Even the whole marriage will be rain. So mothers, you have a very big especially when a woman doesn't love herself, that means that
Even
marriage.
a man, my dear, there is nothing. Even a man, even a man doesn't love themselves. They cannot. They don't know. They will not know how to love a woman. They know how to love a woman, but on the other side, the other the other way, okay, but not like love. The love thing is like what, how can I call it? Loving is giving your all. The way you give yourself a treat is the same way that you're going to treat the other person. All right, we talked about peer pressure, and now we are going to talk about the mental issue. All right, the mental issue, we are going to talk about that mental issue thing, because you know the peer pressure, loneliness, all these things contribute to mental issues. You know, you're what do we call by mental issue? Mental issue is all about the period, the period of how can I bring it out? How can I bring it out? How can I bring it? Just hold on, guys. All right, guys. So what I was trying to talk about is mental disorder. You will get mental illness whereby it's characterized by a wide range of mental health conditions. So it's like your mood swing will you'll be you your mood swing will be affected. Thinking and your thinking capability will be affected, your behaviors will be affected. Yani, so all in all, your mood will just be disorganized, and your behaviors will change.
You won't be
Okay,
you.
because it's like you're always thinking about, oh, I need a guy, or I need a woman, or a, so it's, you'll be disturbed mentally. Okay, and the other thing is like you will not have kids. Yeah, in that waiting period you will not have kids, but it will be of a benefit, because it will prevent you from wanting unwanted kids that you're not prepared for.
Well, it might take
Yeah.
you delay to
Yeah.
get the kids. Maybe some of you are planning to get kids at 28 or maybe 29, and then here comes some of you getting the kids at 32, 35, like she was saying
Yeah.
in the previous testimonies. So it can cause that bit of delay. You cannot fail to have kids. You will have them, but only that it may take you long to
Yeah.
get the kids in the agreed time, the expected time you had wished to.
But it's of a benefit because it helps you to plan.
Yeah,
It helps you to plan. It helps you to plan for them. Yeah, it helps you to plan
Like
for
she
them.
said, every good has its bad,
Mhm.
and every bad has its good.
Yeah.
So there is a good part as well, because what does it help you to run into a relationship, get married, and then get children whom you're not going to cater for their needs?
Well,
Sad children. I've seen some singles, some single mothers, or maybe I'm not promoting singlehood here, but I'm trying to show that even when you're single and God has blessed you with that kid, if it has so happened it has come in, you will be in position to take care of that kid because you have an independent mind. You can still cater. God cannot provide to you sometimes when you don't have. He'll definitely bless you with a kid and then provide you. However, biblically it's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a disadvantage of waiting for marriage. The time for singlehood. Yeah, you would not have kids, and if you have kids, you would really, and you already gave birth to kids, and you're a single mother, single father, you'll have the burden of those kids. You cannot raise them with the other party. But in this period, we are talking about those who are in that singlehood, who don't have the kids around yet. So you'll have that, which will be of a benefit,
And
because
it is your dream to have the children,
Yeah.
but you feel you're taking time because you're taking long to get a man, and you maybe feel like let me just get one to make me have a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
remember, when you bring that child, and you bring that child on earth, remember that a man will reject the child,
yeah, because
and which of course it will really hurt you if a man is not ready, or if a man doesn't love you, or he was just using you for just to fulfill his desires.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will hurt you. And if it's a man and you're enforcing yourself onto a lady, and the lady wants to give birth, and yet the lady is not prepared, so it will really lead you into emotional torture as well. That is, as we talked about mental illness, mental issues. Okay, so, and it will bring rejection. Okay, it will make you to have that rejection mode. Right. So, guys, and another thing is a lack of companion. You won't have that companion like a man and woman or woman and a man. You don't have that companion, but it's over benefits because, see, as you talked about it, being alone, being to enjoy your your singlehood is over benefit because it's for me it's a yes, they're saying it's actually it's a disadvantage of you don't get a point, you go into a mode of a lack of companionship. But for me it's over benefits, as in me, because it helps you to really be alone and you're not disturbed. you just you're just focusing on yourself, on your development, on studying who you are, on your career. It helps in general. So by the time that person comes, you're established already. You're established. So that is what I would. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for going with us this far, and we really enjoy you writing in the comment section below. We thank you and really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for your time, and please subscribe. As we say that if you have any topic that you would love to share and you would love us to talk about, please just write it down there and click that subscription button. Share. You can download this video if you want to crop out something that may be of a benefit to someone, so you can share a hit and invite them to like Dora Chikadora. Is our YouTube channel where we get to talk about anything positive. It's all about positivity.
Yeah.
We will be very, very happy.
We thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for loving us. Thank you for those that have subscribed. Please keep subscribing, keep loving us, keep commenting, keep encouraging us, and then guide us as well on what you would love us to share with you, like she has said.
As in our previous videos, we talked about something that we will introduce: the power of apology, the power of appreciation. So should you have somebody that you love to appreciate, or you would love to apologize, you can make a small token, or you can give us your budget, then we can tell you how much, so that we can know how to really decorate or surprise or arrange something for that person.
Yeah.
So we
For
can,
those that are in Dubai, please,
Yes.
please, UAE at large, please, you can contact us. We can do it to your service. And for those that are in Uganda, still, we can connect you to some people out there who are willing, who are ready to reach out to you, please. So let's keep the love flowing. Let's keep the peace flowing within us, and let's keep sharing with whatever little we have with our neighbors, with our friends, with our family members, to put a smile on each other.
Exactly.
We love you. We wish you the best.
All right. Thank you,
I and
guys.
Dora are saying bye-bye.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Thank you for watching. And keep
And
watching us.
2023 is coming soon. Take care. Take care, guys.
A
And
happy new year.
think about these topics.
Yeah. For those that are going to get married, we wish you the best marriages. For those that are joining relationships, please, we wish you all the best in the new year. And for those that are already in the courtship, in the relationship, please be wise and ask for God's wisdom.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye.